Montreal Castle is a ruined Crusader stronghold on the eastern side of the Jordan Rift Valley, an area in the borderlands between modern-day Israel and Jordan, running along the meandering Jordan River from the Sea of Galilee in the north to the Gulf of Aqaba in the south. Perched on top of a rocky mountain, this castle is strategically positioned near the Jordanian town of Shobak, just off the King's Highway, 190 kilometers south of Jordan's capital Amman and less than an hour's drive north of Petra. The ruins, called Shobak in Arabic, are a lonely reminder of the former Crusader glory. The castle is a small spur castle on a narrow ridge with near inaccessible sides. Its military effectiveness is due more to its remote and unapproachable location than its impressive fortifications. The holy city of Jerusalem had fallen to the Knights of the First Crusade in 1099, and as part of the Crusaders' continued consolidation of the Holy Land over the next 50 years, they erected castles at vulnerable points all along the eastern frontier. This consolidation allowed the Crusaders to protect the southern wing of the fledgling Kingdom of Jerusalem. The construction of Montreal Castle started in 1115 by Baldwin I, King of Jerusalem, during his expedition to the area where he also captured Aqaba on the Red Sea. Perched in a wild, remote landscape, Montreal Castle wins over even the most castle-weary, despite being less completed than its sister fortification of KRAYEM to the north. Originally called Crac de Montreal or Mons Regalis, meaning Royal Mountain or Fortress of the Royal Mount, it was named in honour of the King's own contribution to its construction. Although the impressive fortress of KRAYEM grabs the headlines, Crac de Montreal was in fact the Crusaders' headquarters in Jordan for nearly 30 years and the first Crusader castle built in the region. Strategically situated along the pilgrimage and caravan routes between Syria to Arabia and to guard the road from Damascus to Egypt, the castle allowed Baldwin I to control the commerce of the area and, just as importantly, allowed him to watch his many Saracen enemies. Crac de Montreal was the first of a string of similar strongholds in the southern region of the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem. Although the castle has never been fully excavated, the exterior is impressive, with a forbidding gate and encircling walls 3 layers thick. The walls and projecting towers are still reasonably intact, with beautifully carved external Quranic calligraphic inscriptions by Saladin's proud successors, dating from the rebuilding works of the 13th and 14th centuries. As you enter through the castle, you pass by a passage with over 350 dangerously slippery, spiralling, rock-cut steps descending to a spring. This amazing secret passageway finally surfaces outside the castle, beside the road to the town Shobak. Next you come to the reconstructed church, one of 2 in the castle. It has an elegant apse supported by 2 smaller alcoves. The room leading off to the west was the baptistry, and on the north wall there are traces of water channels leading from above. Continuing on, you'll pass a large 2-storey building with archways, built by the Crusaders but adapted by the Mamelukes. At the northern end of the castle is a semicircular keep with 4 arrow slits. Outside, dark steps lead down to the prison, and in the northeast corner of the castle you'll see the main keep-like fortification. Following south along the eastern perimeter, you'll pass the entrance to the court of Baldwin I, which has been partly reconstructed. The court was later used as a Mameluke school. Continuing south, you'll pass some baths on the right, and off to the left is the reconstructed Mameluke watchtower. Just past the tower is the second church. In the church proper, the arches have been reconstructed, and beneath the church are the catacombs, which contain Islamic tablets, Christian carvings, large rocks used in catapults, and what is said to be Saladin's very simple throne. Crac de Montreal remained in the property of the royal family of the Kingdom of Jerusalem until 1142, then becoming part of the Lordship of Oultrejordain. At the same time, the centre of the lordship was moved to the recently built castle of KRAYEM, a stronger fortress to the north of Montreal. Along with KRAYEM, the castle owed 60 knights to the King of Jerusalem during times of war. During this new era, the castle was held by Philip de Milly, future Grand Master of the Knights Templar, and then passed to Reynaud of Chatillon when he married Philip's daughter. Reynaud of Chatillon was an enormously controversial character in his own lifetime and beyond. He used the castle to attack the rich caravans that had previously been allowed to pass unharmed, despite the Kingdom of Jerusalem having signed a 4-year truce with the Ayyubid Sultan Saladin. This was intolerable to Saladin, and as a direct result of Reynaud's actions, Saladin invaded the Kingdom of Jerusalem in 1187 and decisively defeated the Crusader army at the Battle of Hattin, after which Reynaud was executed by the hands of Saladin himself. After this catastrophic defeat of the Crusader army, Saladin went on to capture Jerusalem and later that year besiege Montreal. The castle had already withstood numerous attacks from the armies of Saladin in the preceding years, as its location eliminated the use of siege engines, making a successful siege practically impossible. The strength of this fortress was, in a sense however, its weakness. Cut off and surrounded, its garrison nevertheless held fast, amid incredible deprivation and suffering, long after any rational hope of relief had vanished. The siege lasted almost 2 years, and a year after KRAYEM had fallen, and having been in the hands of the Christians for 75 years, the castle finally fell.